Ladies and gents, welcome to Next Level Radio. I am your host, Colby Wortman, and our mission is to tackle the biggest questions in strength and conditioning, business, investing, and everything in between. We bring to you the best people in every sector so that you, the listener, can benefit and learn from the best in the biz. Whether that is S&C or business, you can rest assured you're getting the best knowledge available. All right, it's time we all grow up a little bit. Ditch the pre-workout. It's not 2007 anymore, and it's nothing like Jacked 3D. Ditch the shaker. You're not 4 years old, and you don't need a bottle anymore. And get yourself the best dippable pre-workout on the market. Each pouch is patriotically packed with 300 milligrams of caffeine and vitamins because shaker bottles suck. Send It Sups is the on-the-go solution for athletes, LEOs, firefighters, door kickers, and everybody in between. Head over to senditsups.com to get the best dippable pre-workout on the market, and we thank Send It Sups for being a sponsor of Next Level Radio. Next Level Radio continues to grow because of our listeners and our sponsors. Today we present to you Fat Fish Brewing, the official beer of Next Level Radio. Whether you're looking for a night out with family or smashing the best craft beers in the area, you will find it all at Fat Fish Brewing. Check out Fat Fish on Villard Street in Dickinson, or check them out on their website at fatfishbrewing.com. Life has an amazing way of coming full circle and bringing to you the people that you need in your life at that time. As a young whippersnapper, 4 monsters deep, just excited to tackle the day, I'm headed to my first strength and conditioning conference, and I hear about a company called Team Builder. Multiple coaches with experience with Team Builder and other platforms said the exact same thing. They said that you can get very similar products across different platforms. However, the thing that truly sets aside Team Builder and puts their product above anybody else's is their true and genuine customer service. As a customer for many years, both at the university setting and the private facility, I can tell you, Team Builder's customer service is absolutely second to none. Late night emails, programming issues, emergencies on my end are all resolved very, very quickly. So join the thousands of universities and private facilities that use Team Builder to elevate their businesses by going to teambuilder.com, click Start My Free Trial, and use code NLT at checkout. Our next sponsor, Nutridyne, a medical supplement company aimed at enhancing performance and addressing the underlying issues of disease. You will be hard-pressed to find the quality that you'll find at Nutridyne. Listeners of this podcast get 20% off all supplements. Just go to @coach_Wortman and click the Nutridyne link in our bio. Keep up with us on Instagram @coach_Wortman, on our website, nl-training.com, or keep up with us on the next episode of Next Level Radio. Now sit back, relax, and take in the mind-melting knowledge of this episode. Welcome to another episode of Next Level Radio. This isn't just another episode. This is the first episode of 2023. This is number 101. We've broke into the 100-episode game, and we thank you guys for your support in allowing us to do that, allowing us to sit in front of microphones and spew bullshit all day long. Hopefully that bullshit you guys can take and really compress and be able to apply it to what you guys are doing. But we appreciate you all the none for everything that you guys have done for Next Level Radio. These sponsors behind us, Team Builder, Send It Sups, Fat Fish Brewing, everybody that makes this what it is. You know, 2023 is going to be a super interesting year. Super interesting year. I think it's going to be the year that we literally have to bunker down and control what we can control. There's going to be times that we're stressed. There's going to be times that we're joyful. There's going to be times that are just different than any other year. Since 2020, we have gone through some crazy, weird times, and we're coming out of the backside of that, but there's always something, right? There's always something. And I think 2023 can be a very pivotal year for anybody and everybody that wants to better themselves. And today we're going to give you a few success tools, things that you need to be successful in any endeavor. We're trying to make you the best version of yourself, no matter what that means for you. That's what you're going to apply it to. Is that spiritually? Connecting to your creator, connecting to whatever you connect with that's bigger than yourself. Is that finances? Is that fitness? Is that strength and conditioning? Is that relationships with your significant other? How can you elevate what you're doing right now? Because in life, we get so monotonous. We get so caught up in the minutia. We get so caught up in the day-to-day stuff, whether that's kids, family, business, work, relationships, whatever it is. We get caught up in that and end up putting everything on the back burner. 2023 is going to be the year that you don't put shit on the back burner, that you can actually apply and evolve from where you're at today. And so we want to give you guys those tools. We want to give you guys the things that we think can apply to any pillar of your life. And we're going to break this down in these 4 pillars: fitness and health, marriage or relationships, finances, and spirituality. How can we apply everything that we learn to those 4 pillars of a well-rounded life? That is what we're trying to do today. So in our first episode of 2023, we're attacking some principles that we have established. We're attacking some principles that we live by that can be applied to those 4 pillars, okay? Fitness and health, relationships, spirituality, and finances. Those things round out a good majority of what we deal with on everyday basis. How can we get better at those? We need to adapt to get better. We can't just read the same page of a book and expect new knowledge. We have to expand. And that's something that I believe I have done better at, but can continue this path, this journey through the self-improvement of yourself. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your significant other. You owe it to your family, your kids, because what are your kids going to say about you when you grow up? What are they going to say? When those kids grow up, when they mature, what are they going to say about you? That's the destiny you're building right now. And so we're going to give you those. Today we're going over what we call the most important aspects of training, weeding through the bullshit, not looking at the flashy Instagram stuff. It doesn't work. We need to be based and rooted in principles. We need to be based and rooted in things that are concrete, that can apply across generations, that can apply across populations, that can apply across genders. We need to have something concrete to hold on. And so we call those the universal laws of athleticism. What are the universal laws of athleticism? And how can these be applied to everyday life? That's what we're giving to you guys today. So we have established what we call the universal laws of athleticism. There's 4 pillars, something that you can do often, that you can do high intensity and very high quality, that are going to completely evolve you as a human being, whether that's for the state championship game or if that's for getting your kids to be the best possible human beings possible, you being the best parent ever. That's what this is about. And so the first universal law of athleticism, and I'm going to give you a prerequisite on this. All these are of similar importance, but together is where the real change can be made. Okay. So the first law of athleticism, the universal law of athleticism, to be a better everyday athlete, to be a better athlete, to be somebody that is capable, that is a leader of their family, is lift heavy, lift fast. This principle is an oversimplification of what's called the force velocity curve. The force velocity curve should run any good strength coach's day. It should run every session. It should run every training cycle that they're in. The force velocity curve gives you a relationship between force and velocity. What we need to look at is hitting on as many points as possible. If we're looking at just being the best well-rounded person in the world, we're not looking at being a power lifter and we're not looking at CrossFit. We're looking at that sweet spot in between, being the best of both worlds, being able to do it all, being able to move a piano or go run a 5K. So we need to be able to get true max strength. We need to lift heavy, heavy weights very frequently. And then we also need to lift fast. We need to lift light weights very powerfully and violent. We talk about real violence in the weight room. This is something, as soon as that light bulb clicks, people get it, their lives change, their bodies change, their athletic performance changes. With my experience in college athletics, professional athletics, high school athletics, as soon as that light bulb turns on and they can realize that they can move aggressively and violently, things really start changing. And so we need to be able to lift heavy very well, and we need to be able to lift fast very well. This is something that you have to do in order for the rest of the three pillars, the rest of the laws, to make sense. So lift heavy, lift fast. Number 2, this is the most overlooked pillar of athletic success, the most overlooked. You have to sprint fast to be fast. In the strength and conditioning world, and it's a travesty, it's not something that we should be proud of. There are strength coaches and then there's speed coaches, and we haven't found that middle ground of speed and strength coaches. But if you think about athletics, if you think about general population, you think about everyday athletes, that's where the intersection needs to be. We need to be able to have a coach that can coach all aspects of performance. And when we talk about performance or everyday athletes, this is the moms and dads, the aunts and uncles, the barbers, the teachers, the engineers, and then also the athletes, the people that are doing this for their job. These are the people that need these pillars. So it seems it's another oversimplification of we need to work on the skills that we're trying to develop. If we don't sprint fast, we're not going to be fast. And this is, again, something that many strength coaches don't get, and almost all sports coaches don't get. When we're running suicide drills or we're doing conditioning, coaches think that we are doing running. We're getting better at running. We're getting better at sprinting. We're getting faster. And this couldn't be further from the truth. True speed work is monotonous. True speed work is long. True speed work takes a lot of time. When we're truly trying to get better at the fundamentals of sprinting, tons of rest is involved. You're looking at doing 100-meter repeats. We're looking at anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes of rest, depending on the intensity that we're running on these at. So we have to be able to make two things possible. We need to be able to work on our aerobic base. We need to run for long durations. We need to be a very healthy individual, the conditioning side of stuff. But then we also need to be able to sprint as fast as humanly possible. The only way you can lift heavy weights is if you lift heavy weights. The only way you can sprint fast is if you sprint fast. We can't do suicide drills. We can't do these things that just make the individual tired. When we're doing true sprint work, we're looking at as fast and as hard as we can, but then we rest equally as hard and equally as long or longer. That is the principle. That is the universal law of athleticism. Sprint fast to be fast. Quit conditioning your athletes and thinking that it is sprint work. Quit conditioning your athletes and thinking that you're making them faster. This couldn't be further from the truth. Make sure you're devoting time to your athletes, your everyday athletes, to sprint. And more specifically, your everyday athletes. This is where it's super important. The best way to express power, to express speed, to express explosivity is sprinting. You can't get anything close to that. So make sure you're sprinting fast to be fast. We can do regular true form sprints. We can do on the field sprints, or you can do hill sprints. These are things that have to be done to be the best version of yourself. Number 3, to round out one of the most overlooked aspects of the laws of athleticism, jump high and jump often. This is a play on plyometrics, the most studied, the most structured, the most sound modality of training that nobody does. You either have your guys on TikTok that just do plyometrics, or you guys have the power lifters that don't do any of that. We need that middle ground. And so this is another oversimplification of a force velocity curve. When you're doing plyometrics, Again, this is applying to everyday athletes and athletes. When you're doing plyometrics, we need to look at two things. We need to look at max intensity, max height, jumping as hard as we can, and then repeatability. We need to be able to do fast, explosive bouts of plyos strung together in a series of time. This is where you can split, just like sprinting fast. We need to be able to do aerobic work and fast sprint work. We also need to jump very high for minimal reps, and we need to jump very quickly for maximal reps. This is that gray area. We need to be able to jump high and jump often as we can. This is going to keep you young. This is going to build the integrity of your joints. This is going to make you more explosive. This is going to be the things that prepare you for events that are unforeseen, whether that's falling down the stairs, whether that's taking a hit on the football field. These are the things that prepare your body for the unforeseen events in our life, whatever that is for you. So jump high, jump often. And number 4, one of the more important ones as well that is super overlooked, throw hard, throw often. The 4th universal law of athleticism, throw hard and throw often. This is a play on our med balls. This is another pillar of the training that has to be done for every type of person. If you think about doing a back squat, let's take this for example. If you think about doing a back squat, you can only accelerate the bar so far and so fast, right? We have a bar on our back. We can only go from point A to point B. What if I told you that true explosiveness, true athleticism, true power is on a complete spectrum rather than a linear line from A to B? When we're throwing, when we're doing med ball work or sandbag work, whatever it is, we have no govern on our vehicle. When you top out a freaking Ford F-250, you're lucky to hit 50 miles an hour in a Ford F-250. But if you get to the max speed, you're going to govern out at 100 miles an hour, whatever it is. That govern caps your potential. When we're looking at barbell movements, you are having your potential capped. We can't accelerate past the bar path of that movement. When we're throwing, there's no capped potential. You can throw as hard as you can. You can throw as far as you can. You can jump as high as you can. You can sprint as fast as you can. There's no untapped potential there. You're going as hard as you possibly can. So allowing yourself to express true explosion, to power, that's what you need. That's what you need to do. So we need to lift heavy. We need to lift fast, but you need to express true explosion. Med ball granny tosses, med ball slams, med ball rotational throws, just to name a few. Things that allow you to express power with no constraints. That rounds out a very solid universal laws of athleticism that allows you to be the best version of yourself. So if you're looking for principles, things so you can weed through the bullshit from doing back squats on a skateboard, doing kick flips, these are the things that allow you to weed through the bullshit and allow you to have a guiding light in training. Do these 4 things very simply and very well. Everything will take care of itself. Your athletic performance, your performance with your relationships, your performance in business, your performance in finance, it all starts with your performance in the weight room. Gus Kronborg in episode number 100, it came out just before 2023. He's made some very big changes in his life. He started a massive business, a very successful business with Hooked Up. He is a professional bullfighter. He does all these things, but he was complacent. He had no other place to turn. He had to make changes on a cellular level before any other changes occurred. Because if you don't make this changes on a physical level, you don't have the energy to do anything. You don't feel good enough. You're sleeping too much. You're staying awake too much. You're eating shit. You don't have the energy for all the other activities that make you the best version of yourself. So Gus said that every single goal that he hit after his fitness all stemmed back to his performance, his fitness, his health. So if you're looking to make a change, if you're looking to be the best business owner, the best father, the best mother, the best friend, take care of yourself first. Take care of your performance first. Take care of your health first. It's just like the saying that you need to put your oxygen mask on before you put anybody else's on. That's what we have to do. We have to take care of ourselves, and everything else, all the dominoes will lay in effect. We need to be able to take care of ourselves, build this foundation of strength, of true power, of being dangerous and being able to control it. And then, and only then, will everything else take place. So if you're looking to make big changes in 2023, start by looking in the mirror. Don't start by looking at a marketing scheme or a business plan or a relationship with a different friend or significant other. Look in the mirror. Fix yourself. Fix your physical well-being, which then goes into your mental well-being, which then goes into your spiritual, which then goes into finances, relationships. Everything else stems from that cellular change. I hope you guys can take the universal laws of athleticism and apply them to your training now. Number 1, lift heavy, lift fast. Number 2, sprint fast to be fast. Number 3, jump high, jump often. And number 4, throw hard and throw often. Do these things and the rest will take care of itself. You guys have a wonderful 2023. Next Level Radio is out.